What is up, friends? Kenji's back for some more drafting here on Magic Online, some more of this lovely vintage cube. We will just jump right in. I'm sure y'all know what it is by now. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and of course you can check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card related needs. We opened a Time Walk, one of the Power 9, I should say, the Power 9. And a pretty damn good one. Turns out taking an extra turn for a blue and one colorless is just very good. Lots of ways to go infinite with this card as well, but Time Walk is definitely going to be the choice here for me. Very, very strong pack too. Notably, there's like a Balance here, Emrakul, the Eon's Torn, Teferi, a couple of good mana dorks, Splinter Twin even. The thing is, you don't pass power, and Time Walk is one of the better ones for sure. Another card that I don't think you should often pass is Mana Vault. This is power adjacent. 1 mana to add 3 mana? Sure, I will take that. Artifact decks are one of my favorite things to do in Vintage Cube, because you just get to be a little bit of a cheaty face. Ramping out some fat cards really quickly, combine that with a couple of draw card effects like Time Twister or Time Spiral, and you got yourself a stew. So very easy Mana Vault second pick. Again, Mana Vault is power adjacent. It's not the power 9 or whatever, but I mean, it's probably even just better than some of them anyways, to be honest. And where do we go from here? We have 2 of the most powerful cards to start off with, but this third pick is not really bringing me any joy or any strong direction. Eternal Witness is obviously quite good with Time Walk, and just getting a couple of these random Time Walk type effects, which I guess maybe it's just Time Walk and Time Warp in the cube, but obviously pretty good when you can buy it back and do it again. Nahiri, fantastic Planeswalker. Had we taken like the Emrakul, it'd be a nice little combo there. Consecrated Sphinx, always a good one. Lands are solid. Kind of feel like just taking the Nahiri though over the Sphinx. Like, yeah, it's nice to cut off blue, but I've come down on how good Consecrated Sphinx is in general, so I'm gonna go with the Planeswalker. And now I'm gonna take a very easy Mystical Tutor. Kind of like having a second Time Walk in your deck if you think about it. I think it's probably the best card here anyways, actually. This is just a bunch of random creature nonsense. Like, look at all these cards. The only consideration over Mystical Tutor would be the Signet, honestly. But after already taking the Time Walk, I think it's going to be pretty hard for me to pass the Tutor. Okay, now we can take, like, Urza's Saga. Oh, baby. We're gonna build some kind of busted deck for sure. Saga can already grab Mana Vault on the final chapter mode, and yeah, Saga's nice as just a land win con. It's obviously awkward if they have a way to blow up an enchantment and they can blow up your land, but I think this definitely worth taking. Otherwise, I take like Basalt Monolith. Okay, into a potential Trinket Mage or a Thran Dynamo for some more ramp. Kind of like taking the Trinket Mage a little bit more than the Dynamo. Again, another way for us to go cheaply find the fast mana. I guess Dynamo's pretty close, though. But there are a ton of other replaceable mana rocks in the format, so I guess I'll take the Trinket Mage first. Speaking of, there is a Boros Signet here. Good pickup. What else? Emry could be very, very good. Sun Titan could be fine, especially with the Urza Saga we have. I think because we have Nahiri, the Boros Signet is just a little bit too good. This is a fantastic pack one so far. Sunbaked Canyon, nice. Timeless Lotus can be pretty fun. Yeah, we're going to do some nasty artifact shenanigans here. I guess I'd probably take the Canyon over the Lotus. Wield the Balance. That is exactly what we were hoping to do. That's excellent. This card is so nice with fast mana, like Signets and Vault and whatnot. And it's another really, really good Mystical Tutor hit. People sleep on the Balance, but I mean, honestly, it's one of the best white cards in the cube, easily. Silent Clearing. We could take Lodestone Golem. Burst Lightning for a bit of interaction. We are going down a pretty artifact-heavy route, so I think Golem here makes sense. Blood Crypt, I think, also makes a lot of sense over Wrath of God. as there are a lot of good black-red cards that can go into the artifact deck as well. And like I said before, lands are always good pickups. I don't really care for Forge Master. It's a nice artifact value card, but usually I end up cutting it. I'd rather just pick up like a Golos here instead of having the Forge Master, because Golos goes and grabs like your Tolarian Academies, you can grab your Urza's Saga, yada yada yada. Alright, fantastic pack 1 as we get the last few dredges there. What does pack number 2 give us? Nothing as good as our opens in pack 1. I will say Palace Jailer is a very stupid card. Monarch in a 1-in-1 environment is just not very fun. Card is great. Definitely can consider first picking that if we want to. I think I'm going to go a little bit of a different route, though. We have like a Power Stone and a Signet here as well. I think I'm going to continue to lean towards the artifact deck. And I'll take the Signet here since it does produce a little bit of blue, so that's good enough for me. Ooh, yeah, now we're going to get an Urza. Okay, this is another really, really good one for the artifact deck. Reason being is it turns any of your artifacts into Mox Sapphires if you want them to. And if you can combine it with like, what's it called? Winter Orb, you can lock out your opponent pretty quickly. Factor Fiction also good here. Looting and Oust both fine. No, Urza's one of the better win cons in the artifact deck. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that, that Winter Orb that I mentioned. Speaking of good cards for the artifact deck, we also have the Goblin Welder here. This is ideally in a deck with like Mindslaver or a lot of the loot/rummage effects that you can get in the artifact subtheme. So we have the Nahiri already, which can discard some artifacts that we can weld back, but things like Daretti, what else? Faithless Looting, Factor Fiction, Frantic Search, all have really, really good utility. I think generally you can try to wield a Welder, but I'm not losing too many cards here. Just filler, so take it and make sure we get it. And yeah, we were just talking about Daretti. Could take that here. Gruul Signet also good. Windswept Heath, not bad, since it does look like we're going to be running some white, even though we don't have a land to go grab with it. And of course, Swords to Plowshares, always just insane removal. I almost want to take the Gruul Signet and see if we wield the Daretti, because I think Daretti is a pretty frequent wheel. I'm going to do that. Make sure we just get all of the artifacts and cut them off. There's the other Daretti too. And I do have the Blood Crypt. So this one makes artifacts, which can be nice, but it doesn't have as much synergy necessarily. It's still just a really good value card. Spirebluff Canal for red-blue fixing. Lion's Eye Diamond can be okay. Dig Through Time, Mana Tithe. I mean, even Underworld Breach is pretty fun. If I take this Daretti, I don't really want to be splashing black-red, I think. Probably just safest to take the red-blue land, would be my guess. Jeez, look at all these signets. Wow, some crazy black cards coming late, too. This is 6-pick. We're seeing Grizzlebrand and Toxic Deluge. Just take another blue signet here. Ketria Triome adds blue and red if we want to. Karn's another good artifact win con. Batterskull's great. Red Elemental Blast has been an all-star sideboard card too, but I think we want to get another win con, so let's take the Karn. Okay, Arcane Proxy does work with Time Walk, and we have balance for it as well. Oh, also, it is an artifact creature. Hey. That works. Ulamog, 10 mana on the wheel over Treasure Cruise. Given what we have, I don't think it's impossible to hardcast this in our deck. There's the Looting, too. It's nice with the Welder pickup. Okay. Yeah, this is coming together. I'm picking up some number of creatures, so the balance is maybe slightly awkward, but we might be cutting like this Trinket Mage if we don't find another target beyond the Mana Vault. I could take Rolling Earthquake here for a little bit of creature interaction, but I feel like the Riftwing's probably slightly better. Daretti did, in fact, wheel. Okay, yeah. So I just need to find like one good... Oh, the other Duretti wield too. One good big artifact to weld back and forth in pack 3, which shouldn't be too hard to do. Yeah, this deck is looking pretty nice. Some more fixing as well. This is white-black fixing for Duretti, but I don't know if we want that. Red-white, yeah, we're going to run. Blue-red, yeah, we're going to run. Okay, pack 3 has some goodies. We have an Ancient Tomb, which is really good, especially with 4 signets already. Remand is always solid. I mean, there's a freaking Oko in this pack. Coalition Relic. Force of Will doesn't look as good since I don't have too many blue cards. Feels like I need some actual playables here. So I might go with Remand over Ancient Tomb. If this was earlier in the draft, I would take the Ancient Tomb, but I think here Remand for interactions is slightly better. Okay, well, there's Dak Faden. There's our Winter Orb, but this card wheels like 95% of the time, and Dak is just amazing. Plan on wheeling the Winter Orb. Let's take the Dak for sure. There's the Mindslaver. There's the Battle Sphere. There's a Workshop. Okay, we have everything we want in this pack. I have to just figure out which way we want to go about it, because we're only going to potentially get 2 of these cards, right? I mean, even Spellseeker is fantastic here. It grabs Time Walk. Sacred Foundry, also really good. So this is a tough pick. I think the Workshop is the most likely to wheel of any of these. And I think Slaver's probably a little bit more fun than Battlesphere. Yeah, let's go with the Mindslaver. Xander's Lounge, good fixing. Miscalc for some fantastic early interaction again, as well as a Top. I really like Top, but Miscalc might be better. I guess if I take the Top, it gives Saga a second hit, and that makes the Trinket Mage a better creature as well. So I'm probably supposed to do that. I think the only card we are really looking for now at this point would be like the Tolarian Academy. Ravages, Recruiter, I don't think we want either of those. Sentinel could be like an okay sideboard card, though not great. Okay, there's a Rakdos Signet. That's also fantastic if we want to. For Duretti fixing. Savai Triumph, also pretty darn nuts. Red, white, and black. If I had a fetch, I think I would probably take the Savai, but Signet makes more sense here, right? Yeah. That's an absurdly late Minsk and Boo. So did we get there on the card draw effects, though? We have Duretti, Nahiri, Dak. Yeah, probably. I think this deck is really good. Unholy Heat for some early creature interaction seems nice. Damn, Cityscape Leveler 2 is another pretty solid one if we want to. Over Kolagon's Command. That's an absurdly late Primeval Titan as well. Yeah, I might try the Leveler. Alright, we're going to wheel some stuff. I did not expect Ancient Tomb to be one of those things I was going to wheel, though. Holy smokes, that's crazy. There's the Orb. Yeah, that's good. Cutting the Riftwing here now, most likely. 16 lands should be pretty doable. Well, this deck looks good. I wish I had a little bit better fixing, but we have how many signets? 5? Simic, Boros, Gruul, Dimir, Rakdos. So the only quote-unquote bad signets are like the ones that add green. Otherwise, the Boros, the Dimir, and the Rakdos are all double on color. Any other sideboard cards I could be running? I guess the Lodestone Golem might want to make the deck too at the end of the day. Oh, damn. Wield Foundry and Battlesphere is kind of nuts. I feel like Battlesphere is now a replacement for Karn, because this, again, is super good with both Duretti and Welder. Plus, if you go Urza into Battlesphere, the Battlesphere immediately adds like 5 extra mana. Karn is a Karn is a surprising planeswalker here too. actually. Can make a bunch of artifact creatures for us. This is weird. We're like a artifact super friend deck. I'm here for it. So I'm going to cut the heat out of the main, and then I think we're running 16 lands like this. It looks like a really good deck. I do wish I had one big card draw effect, but we have a lot of smaller card draw effects, you know? Karn can draw now, Nahiri draws one at a time, Doretti draws, Dak draws, so that looks pretty darn good to me. Lots of sideboard options we could be running, but I don't know if we are going to. I don't think we want the Plains Swamp. But all these lands make sense. Base is red-blue or splashing white-black. Yeah, base red-blue splashing white-black. And we have all of these other color sources. So Saga's also colorless. So let's figure out our basic split here. We have two white cards. How many white fixers do we have? 1, 2. So maybe 2 plains is all right. Blue cards, 1, 2, 3 blue sources. That would be 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's way too much red. Oh, maybe I just cut the black-red already, actually. Yeah, and then maybe just get the Karn in instead. That's going to be easier on the mana than trying to get a red-black. Okay, let's go like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources with only 3 mountains is quite a bit. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 1 more land here. All right, that looks good to me. Sweet. All right, so we're going to end up in Jeskai Artifact Super Friends. Have some really good synergies. We have Welder Doretti with Mindslaver, Battlesphere, and then a bunch of ways to loot and rummage. Proxy sadly doesn't work because this specifies if you cast it, so we can't do any fun welding or Doretti with that, but I think this deck should be pretty solid. Let's go to round 1 and see if we can beat some people up with artifacts. Okay, round 1 we go here of the Vintage Cuberino. On the play. Yeah, this hand has a lot of fast mana, though nothing to do with it, but ideally our Sensei's Divining Top can go find us some action. So, what's the sequence here? We have a bunch of different routes we could go with turn 1, but I think we're probably just going to go Ancient Tomb, Signet, and pass. We are missing red, if we find one of those planeswalkers, but that's okay, I think. All right, drew another island. So let's go like this. Let's tap Signet, play the top, and then with the floating mana we can spin the top. And that way we don't have to take 2 damage from Ancient Tomb. And, ooh, not great. Okay, so this is one of the downsides. We are running a bunch of mana sources. So we will draw the mountain next turn, but if we don't find something quickly, yeah, we're just going to have a bunch of mana with nothing to do. Opponent might be on the white weenies. Looks like Porcelain Legionnaire. Yeah, you could tell because they were paying life. So draw the mountain. Let's tap plains. Oh no, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Do we want to Winter Orb them? I guess we probably need to slow them down. As much as I hate doing this. This feels like it's probably right. This could come back to haunt me, though, for sure. But I figure I have so much mana already in my hand that we're still going to make our land drops every turn, you know? Plus with Signet, I feel like that's fine. That's really good for us to see, actually, Celestial Colonnade. Because that means that's not going to enter untapped for a bit. Let's play Island. Once again, spin the top. A land, Rakdos, Signet, and one unknown. There's a Mindslaver. Okay. I mean, that, I guess, is somewhat of a start. You know what? I should have actually still just drawn the Rakdos Signet instead. We should just be developing out our Signet mana. Because we're not planning on Mindslaving them anytime soon, right? I guess it depends on what they do, though. At this rate, I'm just going to die to stupid Porcelain Legionnaire. We have a lot of good draws, we just need to find them. So land, pass. Alright, they're at 5 mana now. Who would win, all the fast mana or one little Porcelain Legionnaire boy? Alright. Jeez, look at this! This is what I'm talking about! 50 mana sources here, and nothing to do with them. I'm almost just dead to them activating Colonnade next turn. What if they have like an Avacyn or something end of turn here? Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that's pretty bad too. Okay. Well, we're going to need to find something next turn, otherwise we are just dead. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, even Mindslaver's not going to do much. Just make another token, yeah. Okay. Well, let's draw our land, or Signet, number whatever. And then we are going to have to go looking here. Find like a balance or something. Urza, that would have been good a while ago. It might be too late for that. We just die if they have a counter. Probably fired off my Winter Orb a little bit too early. Not that I was doing much with it anyways, but... if they got it, they got it. I mean, I could spin Urza here if I really wanted to. It's a little bit risky, though. And again, I'm just dead to any interaction. If I spin Urza on their turn, is there anything that I could hit? Oh, wait. Hey, that's good for us. That's really good for us. Okay, we gain a bunch of life back there. Oh, wait, misclicked. Well, it's not necessarily lethal, though, right? Because I could still spin the Urza if I wanted to. So that wasn't actually lethal. But I don't think I need to spin right now, do I? Oh. Well, it actually makes sense if the... Well, no, I guess that makes sense too. Ah. That's gross. So is there merit to me spinning now? I guess there is. We could hit... No, is it just remand? I guess I just let this resolve. Psyched out by my recording. I guess now at this point we'll just let that resolve, right? 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, yeah, we don't want to tap the vault for mana then. If they go to Fairy Bounce, then I'll just tap the orb in response. And that way I get to untap all my lands. But now they're only going to hit me here down to 1, so we still have a chance. I can even just Mindslaver them next turn instead. Okay, so we redraw the top. And remember, top is basically a Mox Sapphire here, so how much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it better just to Mindslave them here, or is there something I can do with Urza? 3, 4. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, then I wouldn't be able to Mindslave her. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we just have to Mindslave her here. Oh, but then the Winter Orb messes us up, doesn't it? Aha, because we wouldn't be able to tap the Winter Orb. So actually, I do need to go with Urza and get a little bit lucky, I guess. Is that the case? We can also spin the top and see if we hit... it's probably better to spin the top since I have to Urza anyways. Alright, well those are bad, so... Now it is a necessity to Urza plus spin Urza. Let's see, we can shuffle as... Do I need to tap the orb? We just need to get lucky anyways, right? Because I don't think there's much I can hit off of the top after spinning it. We could hit like Time Walk or DAC or something. Those would actually work. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin. Time Walk would be insane. Blood Crypt. That is not insane. Okay. So I guess we'll just die here. Now what we need to do is draw with top and hope to hit exactly... Oh no, that doesn't even work. Time Walk doesn't work because I have to tap the top to draw. We just have 0 outs. Alright. GG's. So I wonder if I had not played out the Winter Orb when I did, if I had a chance. But obviously it sucks there. I just drew so many mana sources. So Unholy Heat probably wants to come in. Maybe I'm just supposed to shave a land? Could cut Proxy too. Let's just cut Proxy, bring in the Unholy Heat. I mean, that was totally on me. Remember, I kept an opening hand with basically all mana sources, so I don't think this should be a terrible matchup. Depending on what else they have with their blue. We saw Teferi. If they have some counters, that could be problematic. Otherwise, I think I like my chances. All right, on to game 2 of the first round after getting kind of smashed by the white cards to begin with. This is a very nice looking hand. So we're going to go turn 1 top. And then we can go turn 2 Saga Vault Daretti if we want to. Sadly, the Saga doesn't have any more... Well, you don't know what I can do. On the final trigger of Saga, I can draw with the top. That's actually good. Let's go for the turn 2 Daretti. And red. I think we keep the blue and the white. We can always discard an extra card next turn. And Daretti can now sack the vault to get back the Boros Signet, which is kind of cute. But I guess our game plan is just to make some fat Saga tokens the next couple of turns and probably win with some huge constructs. If this is just Porcelain Legionnaire again, we're pretty happy about that. Fantastic. All right, take 1 damage from the vault. Welder was pretty good too. Let's get back our Signet, sack the vault, play out. Let's just go Welder plus hold up Saga activation, I think. The bad news here is that I can only make a 3/3. So by going Signet into Saga, I could make a 4/4. Yeah, my deck's pretty sweet. Need to find a time walk, though. I don't know. I could just chump with Welder, too. Like, that's probably better, all things considered. We already have Daretti on the battlefield, so it's not like we need the Welder for redundancy. Spellbinder. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so Karn costs 9. End of turn, make a construct. Let's draw, see what we hit. Okay, trigger on the stack. So we're definitely drawing with top because it's a free roll. Karn. Do we want to make another construct token? I guess the answer is yes. And then we can... I guess we probably want to uptick Daretti here, don't we? But we could get the vault back. Vault and play double artifact. Or actually, you know what we can do? Get back Vault, sack Signet, play Karn, and then make another Karn struct. That is a lot of artifact. And this is only turn 4, remember, so... Feels like, without having something like a Parallax Wave here, it's going to be pretty hard for them to come back from this one. I mean, the Spellbinder can choose which one it wants to kill of the Planeswalkers, but we don't even need those Planeswalkers all that much anymore. Alright, so they're going to kill Karn, Scion. That's fine. Maybe they have like a Teferi and bounce one of the tokens. That would save them for a little bit. Yeah, they do. Hopefully they don't also have their swords in hand. Oh, well. We might actually just be able to go for lethal now. If we hit a land here. That's not it, dang it. But we can force them to chump if they don't have swords. Two lethal tokens that they can kill the Duretti again, though. Yeah, that Spellbinder's killing all my Planeswalkers. They're definitely not out of this. Lauren to blow up one of my constructs. Okay. Sheesh. And a Sculler. Wow. Yeah. We're not even winning anymore. They are definitely winning. We had a nice draw, but they had some good stabilization. Crazy. Okay. So do I want to draw, or do I want to look at the top with top? I think we just draw natural. I mean, Nahiri's not even that good here. I guess I attack, try to kill the Teferi and see how they block. Wonder if I did something wrong this game. Feels like this draw we should have won very easily. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it felt like the last game we should have won pretty easily too. We just needed to find any action instead of all that mana. But maybe playing out the Winter Orb on that other turn was what cost me. Wow. Their draw's been very good too, no doubt about that. They can just tuck the token. Sheesh. Okay. Well, now we're looking very dead. Bunch of signets. Yeah, that might do her. This is going to be a hard one to come back from. Too many 2-for-1s. Lauren a 2-for-1, Teferi more than a 2-for-1. Man, even the flyer wrecked us. Ah, I think our deck is so good. Should not be losing to Porcelain Legionnaires. So sadly, balance not so good when your opponent has a bunch of planeswalkers. But it would make them discard a bunch of cards and sack a bunch of lands if we can find that. Okay. Well, I guess sometimes that's just the way it's gonna be, huh? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, in theory, I can Karn next turn, but it doesn't really do much. Obviously, we're just getting smashed now. They're going to bounce my Signet, sure. Cycle Headquarters, yeah. Yeah, so it basically needs to be balanced, because if we draw balance, we also can Unholy Heat one of their planeswalkers. But looks like we have one card to find it. And that's assuming they have no counter magic or whatever, which seems pretty unlikely at this point. Oh, okay. There is our chance. There is our chance. All right, just fade the counter. They do still get to draw 2 cards if they don't have a counter. But if they do, we're dead. If they don't, maybe we live. So they would have to discard their whole hand, and then after they discard, they would draw 2. Wow, okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay, okay. Snapcaster, Colonnade, Bitter Blossom. Okay, okay. We have we have 6 card types in our graveyard, so Unholy Heat does kill the Teferi. And then next turn we can Karn? Awkwardly, I cannot Unholy Heat right immediately before they draw with Skull Clamp because of the other Teferi on the battlefield, so now if they find a counter, they can counter my Unholy Heat here. But that was what we needed to find. Finally a good draw step. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have enough to Have enough to Karn plus top. We still haven't even seen our time walk, have we? All right, pass. I guess I'm probably just supposed to uptick on their hand and get Karn to 10 loyalty for now. This could bite me in the butt. Oh, they exiled a Karn of their own. That's not a good sign. Ah, okay, I see. So, that's not too bad. They can hit Karn for 3, 4? They can hit the Karn for 4. Now, we know there's a bunch of junk on our deck, though. Oh, no. Wow, they top-decked a Gideon? Well, that's sick. Okay. Well, I guess now I'm just dead next turn. That sucks. Oh, no, they attacked Karn. Oh, maybe I'm not dead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I don't think I'm supposed to untap. Let's look at top. Oh, we are just dead. I did need to untap, didn't I? Holy smokes. Yeah, they just have lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They need to see the play, but... Well, that's really sucky. Damn. Good draws, though. Good draws. Yeah, I don't think this should necessarily be a bad matchup for us, but maybe just our draws weren't so great, and I think I messed up this game too. Because they don't actually have any counters here. So our deck, I feel like, should be slightly favored, but that's Magic sometimes. We are dead on board. Okay, they did not go for it. So we get one more draw step. I don't know what I can actually draw anymore, though. Yep, they did miss lethal. But I don't think that matters. I can draw Time Walk into something? I don't even know. What does our deck say? Need to find like DAC into Time Walk. So let's just not untap again. Yeah, you're still crushing me. I think this should be a good match, but you're still just crushing me. Nope, and that'll do her. All right, well, I think there was a combination here of us just drawing kind of unfortunate, wow, and maybe not playing the best as well. Damn. So, could just be that I have too many mana sources in the deck, but I felt like I do have enough card draw to mitigate. And a lot of my lands are actually like spells too, so maybe I should be running 15 land, but I don't think that's the biggest issue. Like one more spell there wouldn't have really changed much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you can kind of count 2 signets as 1 land in a sense, so maybe I'm still running a little bit too much. Maybe heat over one of the lands is supposed to be correct. I feel like I could get bitten in the butt, though, if I do this. All right. 0-1. I'll go to the next round. Okay, on to round number 2 we go of this vintage cube. I think our deck is nice, but maybe my plays aren't so nice. Ooh, this is a spicy hand that I'm going to keep here. I obviously don't have a red or a white in my opening hand, but what I do have is turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Ancient Tomb. So I can immediately start making some tokens on turn 2. And of course, the Saga is going to go grab either Mana Vault or Top. So this hand has some real potential. Oh, so remember, I cut one of my islands for Unholy Heat, so you can just imagine if this had been another island in this hand. Oh, man. That balanced draw, that last game, gave me hope. But then they found too much. Okay, opponent kept their 7. Turn 1 Saga is not something you see very often, so the opponent has to be a little bit suspicious. But I have the tomb. I guess we're going to probably just grab Top here. Oh, that's not good. Please don't have Tinker. Okay. Make a token. Draw. Make another token. Go grab Top. Basically playing actual vintage here. What is this? 3 mana Typhoon for 1? Okay, that's fine. And they're immediately chumping. That's kind of scary. But why? Oh, no. Uh-oh. They have some scary ones here, friends. Wait. Mox Diamond Pass? What are we looking for? A red signet here would be nuts. But just a red land would be great. What are you doing over there, friend? Oh, here we go. If this is Mystic Confluence, bounce both my tokens. Oh, god damn it. And we did hit the red source too. Well, not the worst, but not great. I mean, this is still very good. We get to go Signet into Dax, steal your Mox Diamond. Could have been worse. Hard cast Muldrifter. I am okay with this. Alright, let's loot 2. Discard Proxy and Looting. And then we're just going to slam out a frickin' Karn here. Start eating their hand. I'm not going to eat the Muldrifter, even though the Muldrifter can kill the Dak now. I think we want to get Karn going. This might not be right. But, I mean, I have 2 more Rummagers in my hand, so... Because just killing Muldrifter is not that impressive. Wait, Hanger Backwalker? That's what they discarded? I guess they are on mono blue. Okay. Yeah, Retrofitter Foundry too. Nice. So, let's see. Let's keep upticking Karn here. Eating cards from their hand, I think, is reasonable enough. Battlesphere, nice. And then now I'm actually going to go ahead and go Nahiri, Exile, Moldrifter. Oh, sure. Well, then we'll just Unholy Heat their flyer and set up for Karn Ultimate. Karn Ultimate, and I start the game with the Battlesphere. Seems real good, huh? Not frequently you get to see a Karn ult happen. Please, no way to deal with Karn. Please. I beg of you. Okay. They have Tinker? This is Tinker, right? Yeah. Sure. What artifact can they get, though, that kills Karn here? I don't think there are many. Oh, they can revoke the Karn! That's funny. Nahiri doesn't exile untapped artifacts, and you can't Duretti opponent's artifacts. Well, let's just draw a natural. I guess let's start off with a spin now. Oh, there's balance. That'll work. Okay. So Nahiri into discard into balance. And then we get to Karn Ultimate. We get to start the game with the Mere Battlesphere on the battlefield. Nice. Alright, that was fun. Let's run it back because our sideboard is pretty irrelevant. Okay, on to game number 2 of the second round. On the draw with a hand that doesn't look amazing, but it has some cheap interaction. So I think it's okay to keep it. As the opponent leads with a turn 1 Foundry, kind of annoying. They might just start making tokens here. Well, we'll pass this turn. Let them make a token. Hold up Remand. They're going for a Metal Worker. All right, let's Remand that. And then hope to just draw a land next turn for Trinket Mage. Hey, we finally found our Time Walk, but we didn't find a land. So let's go looting. Discard Battlesphere. Discard Mage. Now what we can do is go Time Walk this turn. And then we can ready back our Battlesphere. Seems good. Notably, you cannot like sacrifice the top and draw a card with the top, since Duretti is sorcery speed. All right, if they don't have their Tinker, they're going to be pretty far behind. But they do. Okay. Well, let's see what they can go Tinker for. Because I can still Goblin Weld back and forth. Like, I can Goblin Weld out my Battlesphere. in the top. And then Welder. Welder does actually combo, right? Yeah, so with Welder, you can draw a card with top. And then... oh, boo! Well, not anymore. They have Relic. Yeah, Relic's annoying here. Okay, let's tap 3 and attack for 7. I'm happy with the chump. And then we can go Signet. Do I want to go Orb plus Welder? I think I like orbing them here. Because what they might do is attack Duretti with Battle Sphere, tapping all 3 tokens to kill Duretti. But then I can block with my token and go for a... Well, I guess that's not even true. Because they can ruin the Unholy Heat with the Relic, can't they? Okay, so maybe I just kill one of their tokens. Yeah, I probably just need to Unholy Heat a token. But that would get them to use their Relic if I... Huh, actually, that's interesting. That is interesting. Where are they going? Okay, they are attacking Duretti. Yeah, I think I keep my Duretti alive by Unholy Heat on their token, because again, if they opt to exile with Relic, then I don't kill it. All right, and that's perfect. Okay, we're 1-1 now. Let's see if we can pull off a 2-1 with this sweet little Jeskai Artifact Super Friend deck. On to the third and final round of this Vintage Cube draft with what I think is a really sweet deck, although maybe it's a little bit mana heavy, or mana source heavy, but we got an opening hand that looks pretty good. Can loot away some of these excess mana sources if we start drawing too many. Remand on turn 2 is always nice. Uh-oh. That's terrifying. Okay. Less terrifying that they didn't do anything with it. I don't think we're going to play out the Signet here. I think it's probably safer to hold up the Remand. Maybe they just like stomp my face end of turn. Usually there's some reason you run out of mocks without doing anything. Though I probably wouldn't even care if they stomp. Like, I'm not going to counter stomp with Remand. I'd wait for them to play out the Giant to eat more of their mana. Another nice OP. We got crushed by our first nice OP. Uh-oh, bad news. We're probably going to get crushed by this OP too. They did have Stomp! Well, now I actually think I'm going to do it, because if they're doing it now instead of end of last turn, they might have like a light up the stage that they were planning on doing with it. Plus, I want to cast something out next turn as well. Alright, let's start off by looting. That's good. Discard Battle Sphere is fantastic. And now that we have Urza, I think we definitely want to keep the orb. Let's discard the excess red source here. So we want them to tap out next turn. Like, tap all of their lands so that I can go Urza into Winter Orb and get them. Welder time. I would certainly never. Swift Spear plus Giant? Tap out. I'm still wondering why they're not just casting that as a 4/3. Okay, well, I figured they did have light up the stage, but... So we're going to get them pretty good here. Urza into Winter Orb. Looks like they are playing a little bit of white. Urza. Tap the artifact. Orb. They still have 3 mana next turn, but that's better than them having 5. And because I have Urza, I don't mind having the Winter Orb on the battlefield. And even if they do somehow kill Urza this turn, we'll still get to untap. Alright, they played the Plateau. We're hoping they just randomly tap out for Bone Crusher and don't actually have a way to kill the Urza, though. They know the secrets. Alright, I'm never blocking Swift Spear here if they attack. Oh, but they didn't. Alright, tap the orb at end of turn. So we can either spin with Urza, or we can just make Karn uptick. I think I'm okay with just Karn and starting to get extra value. Am I? I don't know. Another Karn struck's pretty good, and if they're aiming a 3 damage burn spell at Karn, then that means they're not then they're not aiming it at Urza. And this is still a lot of pressure too. Like, if they don't do anything to Karn on their turn, then I'm probably just gonna make another Karn token and kill him with a bunch of fat Karn strucks. So, something like a Glorybringer here would kind of suck. They would kill the Urza and the Karn, but then we'd still just be beating down with a couple of 4/4s, maybe 5/5s with Proxy. Any fat flyer here is a little bit... Ooh! They're going for Vortex? Oh, I do like seeing that. Because we are currently the one racing them. Okay. Huh. Interesting choice. I mean, I guess they're just going to try to burn me out. Saga. So let's make another token here. Tap the token 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin Urza. Mindslaver! That's a pretty good hit. Now we just get to kill them. Now the funny thing is we're going to tap our orb for mana because we want to give them all of the mana on their turn. Nice. Very, very good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I didn't take that Batter Skull. That would have been good here. So I don't think we're actually going to sideboard anything. Riftwing could be okay. Our best draw is probably going to be Balance in this match. I'm going to still leave in the Winter Orb since we have so many good synergistic cards with it, but versus a red-white aggro deck, it could be a little bit of a double-edged sword. I still just want to time walk into Proxy once. Yeah, this hand's fine. So turn 1 Crypt Pass. Turn 2 Saga Signet Pass. And they're leading off with Factory. Oh, they have a top 2, okay. So we still have Mana Vault to go grab with Saga. I guess we'd rather play this out instead now. Since we can choose to play this untapped if we want to pay the price. Ooh. That means their hand is probably a little bit slower and maybe a little bit greedy. They might be digging for a red source. It's going to be pretty sad if they just don't find a land and this game's over. We're hoping that's not going to be the case. Uh-oh. Yeah, it seems like they might have missed a land. Well, that's no fun. This game will be over pretty quickly then. Mountain? Yay! Hopefully we still get a game out of this then. Oh, okay. Oh, they're still in it for sure. So I was going to be able to go Signet into activate Saga there, but now I'm just going to go land pass and activate Saga. This is still going to be really, really hard for them to win. Because, like, I Saga, end of their turn, make a Construct. I Saga again on my turn, go grab Mana Vault, play Karn, make another Construct. Like, yeah. This game is still very, very over, I feel like, unless they have like a Lotus in their deck. We saw the Mox, but that's not going to be good enough. A couple of lands, probably still too far behind, I would think. Sure. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is kind of brutal. And I don't think there's like a Shatterstorm effect in the cube, so... They did chump. Let's see, we're going to have 3 7/7s next turn if they even just kill the Karn. Maybe even 4 8/8s or something. Manamorphose. Chain Lightning, kill Karn. Alright, and that's game over. Because now we just go Signet, Winter Orb. These all turn into 7/7s. 7 times 3, 21. I did the math. GG's. Alright, well, thought that deck was pretty good. Our first match we kind of just drew kind of poopy. And again, admittedly I am running a bunch of mana sources, but a sweet little brew there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. And we'll see you back next week for some more Vintage Cube. Bye-bye.